Nuggets. It's Tuesday. It's time for my weekly pop culture recap, the show where I talk about all the top stories that happened in news, social media, over at your mama's house that I gave two shits about. Before we begin, let me remind you that you have one more week. You have up until my birthday, which is next week. Let's celebrate. I digress. To enter my 4-year anniversary giveaway, I made a video here. There are links at the top of the description to it. If you haven't seen it yet and you haven't entered, please, I have all sorts of awesome prizes that I'm giving to y'all motherfuckers, so make sure you enter to win. First thing I'm gonna start with today is breaking news. Guys, TMZ, BBC, CNN, legit sources have reported that Angelina Jolie has filed for divorce from Brad Pitt. And my God, I couldn't give less of a shit. I'm the child of a broken home. Bitch, tell all 66 of your kids, welcome to the motherfucking club. Okay? But I will share this clip that TMZ managed to acquire of what Jennifer Aniston had to say upon waking up this morning and hearing the news.
Got him! Got him!
The first story I'm going to cover is the New York and New Jersey bombings and bombing attempts this weekend. Although 29 people were injured and 2 police officers were shot, no one was killed. His evil plot has been thwarted by the Lord, and I'm ever so grateful for that. They found so much crazy shit and bombs and manifestos, and he's been on watch lists. There's a huge story. Look him up if you want more details, but basically this maniac pictured here is now off the streets, and I'm grateful for that, and I am grateful to the amazing police department that did an incredible job in New York and New Jersey capturing that psychopath. But the police are back in the news, and not for a good reason. The Tulsa police, in this case, shot and killed this man, Terrence Clutcher, after they arrived on the scene because his car was stopped in the middle of the street. He, according to dash cam footage, was complying with the police. His hands were in the air, and still they shot him. And this is why I take objection to people who have a problem with Colin Kaepernick and him doing his silent, peaceful protest of police brutality in America, yet are nowhere to be seen when innocent Americans are following what police are saying and still get shot. If you want to tell yourself that the Black Lives Matter movement is some racist organization, go ahead. Because clearly you haven't been paying attention. But what I will say is, for every person who leaves a comment telling me how Black Lives Matter is evil, make sure I see you front and center protesting when each American is gunned down each year. And that's something that I do see Black Lives Matter consistently, no matter the color of the person's skin, doing when instances of police brutality happen in this country. Get your facts before you get fucked up. Speaking of getting facts, Donald Trump is back in the news. I had to talk about his crazy ass because he called a press conference, guys, in 2016 to announce that not only is President Obama actually a US citizen, something we already fucking knew, Donald Trump, but that it was Hillary Clinton, in fact, who's been perpetuating this lie when there is actual video evidence over the years showing him repeatedly questioning Obama's citizenship up until last year, 2015. And so I'm just done with this motherfucker. I'm done with talking about him. And here's the thing, I make no bones about my political affiliations. I'm much more independent, but of the candidates in the race, Hillary Clinton is, in my opinion, the only one that should even remotely be considered. Now, I don't have a problem if you think differently from me. In fact, I welcome the conversation. However, don't piss on me and tell me that it's raining. Meaning, don't tell me you're voting for Donald Trump because he speaks the truth, yet when he says a blatant lie about your president of the past 8 years, you don't call him out on it. When he says Obama is the founder of ISIS and you don't call him out on that actual lie, don't piss on me and tell me that it's raining. I don't agree with it, but it's fine if you want to support his bigotry, his misogyny, his blatant racism. But don't piss on me and tell me that it's rain. Although I don't want you to go out and vote for Donald Trump or to vote for a third party that I honestly don't believe is as equipped for the job, what's important is that you use your voice, that you get out, that you register to vote. There's a link at the top of the description. This is important work, guys. Each vote counts. Make your voices heard. I'm not a citizen. So please, for each nugget that can, I appreciate you. Even if you don't agree with my political affiliations, I appreciate that you are using your voice. Off my soapbox. Probably gonna get back on it next week, but I'm off it for right now. And the final 3 stories that I want to talk about are fashion related. Kanye West's fashion show was, as expected, a dud. All his shit looked like slave clothing or sacks of cloth. Nobody else noticed that? But what people were criticizing him for was inviting or encouraging more biracial or multiracial models, which felt a little bit exclusive, but there's been a self-hating black man for a long time. I don't know why y'all surprised. And then there was Marc Jacobs coming under fire because he had them faux, ugly, color looking dreadlocks in all of his models' hair, and people were like, that's cultural appropriation. Now, I will say, I didn't have a problem with it when I first saw it. I don't speak for all black people, so hold your horses. What I did take objection to was his statement in response to the criticism where he said, oh yeah, well, you know, black people have been straightening their hair for a long time. If you're gonna say it's not a cultural appropriation, that's one argument. But to say that black women who were told that their naturally African hair and features were ugly and that therefore they should hide them, and still to this day in school codes, in the military, and in this lawsuit that a black woman just lost because she wouldn't change her hair from natural for a job, is the same thing as you putting fake dreadlocks on a white girl hair. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you to have several seats, motherfucker. Several motherfucking seats. My problem is that I thought you were culturally appropriating. It's that you're ignorant as fuck and you don't even know it. And that is some sad shit. And where are all the publicists? How are these people making these statements that sound so goddamn stupid? And last, but certainly the least, Kendall Jenner can't dance. Why is this news? That's it for this week's episode of my Pop Culture Show. What did you think? Were there any stories I did not cover that you wish I had? Leave them below in the comment section. Be sure to enter my giveaway. I love your faces. I will see you in the next video on Thursday. Deuces.
Hey, yo, Nugget, subscribe.